Sat Nam, welcome to Kundalini Yoga practice. Today we'll be exploring a few spinal warm-ups just to get the energy moving, and we'll experience Sat Kriya, one of the most powerful Kriyas in Kundalini Yoga tradition, and we'll finish with a meditation for caliber, power, and control. So let's bring our hands together. We'll tune in with Adi Mantra followed by Mangala Charan. Inhale deeply, lengthen the spine. Exhale, allow the shoulder blades to glide gently down the back. Inhale slowly and deeply again through the nose. Lift the gaze up gently to the third eye space. And as you exhale, gently engage with the neck lock, Jalandhar Bandh. Tuck in the chin towards the back of the neck slightly. And one more cleansing breath as we inhale, suspend the breath. Consciously arriving to this present moment. And taking a survey of your state of being. And exhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Let's inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Deeply inhale, suspend the breath. Dwell in the space between the eyebrows. Draw the navel slightly in as we acknowledge that inner wisdom within. And slowly exhale. Sat Nam. Let's begin our warm-ups with Sufi grind, hands resting on the knees. Begin to inhale, chest forward, exhale around the back. All the breath is in and out through the nose. If you're new to this channel and Kundalini Yoga practice, welcome. Please take care of yourself and do the yoga that's available to you. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Inhale, stretching forward, exhaling around the back. Eyes are gently closed, gaze focused at the brow point. And on the next inhale, as you stretch forward, change direction. Tune in into this body. Notice what it needs in this moment. Maybe a little softness, a little kindness, Or maybe you're trying to generate some energy. Use your breath to support your practice. Let the mind settle into this present moment. And we'll make this last circle around, arriving into the center, taking a deep breath in, lengthening the spine. Draw the navel slightly in as you suspend the breath. Keep the gaze at the brow point. And slowly exhale. I like to change it up a little bit, so please come onto the hands and knees for cat-cow, our second spinal warm-up. Making sure you're placing your wrists underneath the shoulders, elbows or elbow crease rotated to face forward, knees a hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, stretch the chin forward, shoulders pulled back, lifting the tailbone slightly without compressing the lower back. And as you exhale, we'll lift the spine up. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. You may start out slow and easy. And as you feel your spine getting acquainted with this movement, you may increase the intensity via the breath and the pace. And we'll inhale, coming into cow, stretching the chin forward. Suspend the breath, draw the navel in. And as you exhale, lifting the spine up, pushing all the breath out. And an inhale, stretching into child's pose for a moment. Or if you wish to bring your palms together in prayer mudra, that will be the posture of Guru Pranam. Rest here for a moment, taking a deep, slow inhale. And as you exhale, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue, letting the heart center, shoulders, ease. And on the next inhale, release the hands if they were in prayer mudra, bring them down by the shoulders, push up off the floor as you exhale. And we're going to come into rock pose, sitting on the heels. For a vertical spinal flex, if rock pose is not easily available to you, you could straddle a bolster or sit on a block, or if that's still too much on the knees and ankles, feel free to come into easy seated. Hands are on the knees. If you're an easy seated, hands are on the shins. And we're going to go into similar movement that we did with cat-cow, moving the spine. Inhale, chest forward, leading with the sternum, and then exhale, round the back. Maintain the breath in and out through the nose. Focus the gaze at the space between the eyebrows. And as the mind begins to wander, you may bring it back by keeping the mind focused on the mantra, Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Mentally vibrating the mantra. Truth is my identity. Truth is who I am. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Continue to mentally vibrate or bring your awareness to your breath, hearing the inhales and the exhales. And let's take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. At this point, you may engage the root log. If it's appropriate for you, draw the navel in, contract the rectum, sex organ, pull it up and in, and slowly exhale. Still sitting in rock pose if that's doable for you. If not, please come into easy seated. We're going to extend the arms out to the side. Bring the forefingers to the front, thumbs are in the back, chin tucked in. Inhale as you twist to the left, exhale as you twist to the right. Keep the elbows at shoulder level. And we'll take a deep inhale coming to center. Suspend the breath, engage the mula bandh. Hold the gaze at the brow point. And exhale, slowly relax. And we'll come off the heels if you are in rock pose and return back to easy seated. We'll proceed to shoulder shrugs, hands are resting on the knees. Sit with a nice long spine, straight chin tucked in. Inhale, shoulders go up towards the ears. And exhale, let them roll down the back. If possible, let the shoulders free fall. So there is a slight little bounce at the bottom of the movement. Unless there is a condition or injury that you're taking care of around the shoulder area or neck, and then I invite you to do what you can and be gentle. And deeply inhale as you lift the shoulders up, scooping the shoulders up. You're going to bring the chin down towards the chest. You're going to engage the mula bandh. And as you exhale, release the shoulders down. We'll inhale, nose up. And going for full neck rolls if that's available to you. Exhaling over the left shoulder. All the air, breath out as the chin comes towards the chest. And beginning to inhale over the other shoulder. Continue in this way. If there is any kind of limitation, do what you can, maybe side to side turns, inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. The idea here is to keep the spine nice and long, chest up. And taking a moment to relax your jaw, relax your chin. We'll pause for a moment as the nose pointing down and begin to inhale into the opposite direction. Inhaling at the top of the movement, exhaling at the bottom of the movement. And make this movement slow and intentional, feeling every bit of this. And we'll complete one more circle in this direction. And please, I invite you to pause with the chin down towards the chest, letting the back of the neck stretch. Take a deep breath in. And let that breath go. And on the next inhale, slowly stacking one of the small vertebrae on top of the other. Pushing the chin towards the back of the neck, lifting the head back up to neutral as you exhale. Beautiful. That completes our warm-up. And now we will proceed to Sat Kriya. There are a couple of components I'd like to explain about this Kriya. It is very powerful in the way that it moves the energy up from the lower energy centers that we refer to as chakras to the higher centers, your pituitary, your pineal, your third eye. If there is counterindications, if there are any practitioners, women who are on the menstrual cycle currently, you want to not pull the navel so intently when we're chanting the mantras. So please, I advise you to do this practice lightly, with a little bit more gentleness. All right, there's a couple of components. First is the posture. There are traditional ways, maybe the posture is in rock pose, where we're sitting on our heels. Again, use props that are available to you. Fingers, the mudra is interlacing all fingers except the index finger, Jupiter finger, and the thumbs are crossed. And again, if you're this crossing of the thumbs is gender specific or energy specific. If you're wanting to harness and invoke a masculine energy, you will have your right thumb on top of the left. If you're wanting the opposite, invoking the feminine energy, then your left thumb will be on top of the right. Generally it was taught that if you identify as a woman, left thumb on top. If you identify as a man, right thumb on top. But in this day and age, we're needing to have some sensitivity to what energy do we wish to balance and cultivate. So the other option is to pick whatever folds, however it folds naturally for you. And arms will be extended up overhead with the index fingers pressing into each other, aligned. Your chin will be slightly tucked in. I will turn sideways to show you this view. So the head is not up, the chin tucked in and pushed. The upper arms are gently hugging the area of the temples of the head. So this is the posture. You could also choose to gently tuck your tailbone, engaging the abdominal muscles. And in this posture, we chant the mantra Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And on every repetition of the Sat, you pull the navel slightly in. If rock pose is not sustainable for you for a long time, You could do this in easy seated as well. So we will be here for a couple of minutes. Take good care of yourself. Set yourself up for a beautiful, strong posture that you are able to maintain for a couple of minutes. And let us begin. Inhaling, arms up, shoulders lifted. Exhale, send them back down. Lift the gaze up to the brow point, and let's begin. Sat, nam, 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 sat, nam. Hold the posture and take a deep inhale. As you suspend the breath, draw the energy up by contracting lower band, contracting the pelvic muscles. Hold the gaze at the brow point. Hold the posture. Exhale. Push all the breath out and pull the root lock again. Lower band. Inhale. Suspend. Engage the root lock. Squeeze all the muscles of the back. From the buttocks to the top of the head. Exhale. Push all the breath out. Engage the root lock. One more deep breath in. Suspend. Root lock. Pull the navel in. Hold the posture. Exhale all the breath out completely. And engage Mahabandha. So root lock. Lift the diaphragm. Tuck the chin. And inhale. And release. We'll have a short relaxation here. If you're in rock pose, come into easy seated, holding the space for a moment. You could have the Gyan Mudra in your hands or rest your hands in your lap. You may also choose to come laying on your back for Shavasana, relaxation pose of corpse pose. And just holding the space, going within. For those of you who are new to Sat Kriya, it is recommended that the relaxation be done for twice the time of the practice. We've completed 3 minutes of Sat Kriya, so the relaxation will run for at least 6 minutes. Enjoy the stillness and the silence. Be with your breath. Be with your heart. And be with your soul. Yoga. And now gently bring your awareness to your breath and the space around you. If you're in Shavasana, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, continuing to breathe slowly and deeply. Rotate your wrists and rotate your ankles in both directions. And maybe you'd like to stretch your arms overhead if you're laying down or sitting up. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead, point your toes, reach through the fingertips. Bring and draw this energy into the center of your being and exhale. And as you inhale, draw the knees in towards the chest, wrap your arms around, rock side to side. If you're new to this practice or meditative practice and sitting in yoga pose, easy seated is not that comfortable, give your back a little bit of tender, loving care. And then we'll lift the legs up and make small outward circles with your legs to help set the hips back into their socket. And bend the knees where the soles of the feet come together, hands, palms together. We stimulate the nerve endings. This is also very grounding. We generate some heat, and then hug the knees in towards the chest. You could grab behind the knees or around your shins, tuck the chin, and begin to rock up and down on the spine several times. Inhale as you pull yourself forward, exhale as you roll back. Eventually coming up back to easy seated. It's a beautiful way that we come out of Shavasana. All right, take a little bit of water. I certainly will. Our meditation for power and control on our own caliber starts off in easy seated. So make yourself comfortable, use a bolster, a block, blanket. I'll explain the mudra and I'll explain the breath. So the mudra is you're going to bring your thumb tip to the base of the pinky. The thumb represents fire element, but also earth and ego, according to Kundalini Yoga teachings. And then you'll curl your fingers, squeezing the thumb inside while it's pressing to Mercury. Mercury represents the energy of communication and expression. And then you will align the second row of knuckles together. So it will form something like this. Okay, so that is the mudra, and you will hold it with the knuckles facing forward. You hold it at the level of the chest, at the level of the heart, slightly away, so you're not pressing it in, you're slightly away. Elbows are relaxed down by the sides. The gaze will be at the tip of the nose, so you're just gently going to lower the eyelids and rest your gaze. It's helpful to look down to the floor and then lift the gaze up, or gently tap your finger till you settle into the gaze. And the breath is very calming and very balancing. So as we hold the mudra and we hold the gaze at the tip of the nose, we begin to inhale for 4 seconds through the nose. And then we'll exhale through the mouth for 4 seconds. And then you reverse, inhaling through the mouth for 4 seconds. And then exhale through the nose for 4 seconds. So 4 seconds is really long. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. So you could really make it a deep inhale. So we're going to do this practice for a little bit. I will periodically give you some of the reminders. I want to see the time. So let's take the mudra, thumb to the Mercury mount, squeeze, wrap the other fingers in around, squeeze, place the mudra by the sternum, by the chest level. Keep the neck lock, bring the gaze up to the, down to the, tip of the nose, bring the gaze to the tip of the nose. I'll guide you through first few cycles. Inhale through the nose, sa, ta, na, ma. Exhale through the mouth, sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale through the mouth, sa, ta, na, ma. Exhale through the nose, sa, ta, na, ma. We use this mantra sa, ta, na, ma to help with the count if you don't like to recite the numbers. So consciously and rhythmically alternating the breath between nose and the mouth. Continue. We'll be here for 11 minutes. Let's begin. And keep the gaze at the tip of the nose, alternating the breath between the nose and the mouth for 4 seconds. Meditation for power and control on your own caliber. Stay steady. Keep going. Caliber is when your own presence works. Your capacity to project your identity clearly, withstand the pressure, remain unshaken in the face of challenges. Caliber could be mental, emotional, spiritual. It is a way to be a leader. Keep going. Tip of the nose gaze, inhale for 4 through the nose, exhale for 4 through the mouth, inhale for 4 through the mouth, exhale for 4 through the nose. A daily practice helps us build our caliber through our sadhana, through meditation, through breath work, and integrity in our actions. The more you show up for yourself, your higher self, the more your caliber grows. Keep steady. Make this your last cycle. Through the nose, inhale deeply to your maximum. Hold the breath. Stretch your arms up overhead. Stretch your spine. Keep holding the breath. Exhale. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. Pull up the root lock and lift yourself up like you're trying to come off the surface. Reach up, squeeze, hold the breath. Exhale, and 1 more time. Deep breath in. Retain the breath. Draw the Mulabandha root lock. Close your eyes, gaze at the brow point. Lift up, lift up. And slowly exhale. And just for a moment, stay in this space. Close the eyes down. Observe your breath. Observe the subtle energy, flows, or sensations. And to have the power and control over our mental caliber expresses itself as our ability to maintain a neutral and steady mind, to not be swayed by polarity, to have the power and control of our emotional caliber expresses in our strength to stay open in our heart center, not swayed by our emotional commotion. To have the power and control in our spiritual caliber expresses from the depth that we act from our soul as our compass and not from the ego. To have the caliber of leadership means that we have the capacity through our presence to inspire others and hold space for all. Caliber is strengthened by our practice, by knowing who we truly are. And now take a deep breath in and exhale. And gently flutter your eyes to slowly open. And float your hands to the heart center in prayer mudra. We'll close our practice with a long time sunshine song and seal our practice with mantra Sat Nam, a reminder and invocation of our true identity. Join me as we sing together. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you so much for practicing Kundalini Yoga with me here today. I hope you find this practice supportive of whatever it is you're facing, and I hope to see you again. Ciao.